How the guys reset this week? Obviously losing Paps, losing Husey. It's a fair whack for the attacking group's been pretty settled.
Yeah, it is. It's obviously disappointing to lose those boys, and perhaps is a bit of a longer injury, and hopefully we're all sticking by him. It's pretty tough on him, and Husey played tough throughout the game to put us in a position where we got away with the 2 points, but I guess it's cost him a few weeks. But yeah, it's a real squad mindset, and we've had that from the start. I think the good teams have got good squads and really good depth, and I've got full confidence and faith in our guys stepping into those positions that they can get the job done.
With young Sewer, we know his talent, his speed, but it's a big job trying to run the defence at fullback there. How are you guys going to help him? Going to lead him along come game day?
Oh yeah, I think it is a big job, and that's probably, I guess, an underrated strength of Paps's is how he organises our defensive line. But Sewer's had some good mentors the last couple of years, and he's spent a fair bit of time working alongside and underneath Paps and Billy and Means as well. That was a strength of his as well. So I think he's done or had a fair bit of time learning his trade and putting that into his tool belt. And it's just about him doing it now. And we can obviously help him too by giving him our full attention when we're coming out of tackles and stuff like that.
It must be disappointing, like your spine was, really hitting your straps. You've had so many injuries to interrupt, I guess, you guys, playing together. But, I guess nothing you can do to avoid it.
Yeah, no, nothing we can do to avoid it. And I think, now it gives Sewer an opportunity to put his stamp on that position and, play to his strengths and play his own game and bring that to our team. And, that'll only give, if he can do that and do that well, which I'm sure he will, it can only give our team and strength a lot more confidence going forwards. And, I guess you can look at it that we don't have Paps there, but I think he's had a fair bit of time out recently, so he probably would have been due for a rest at some stage. It would have been a long year for him to be putting in the performances that he does. So I guess it's disappointing, but you can look at some bright sides and hopefully it freshens him up and then he's good to go for the back end of the year.
What about Wishy coming in? Does that change the game plan at all? Obviously he's a different kind of half to Jerome, and I suppose on the other side you've got Munster, who's kind of really finding some great form, is finally over that, seems to be over his scoring.
Yeah, no, I think, I guess Wish can take some confidence out of his performances that he's put in the halves. And, you think about last year against the Roosters, like that was a big game and he performed at a top level. And, as much as Jerome's a bit of the conductor of the team and goes about his business that way, then I think, Wishy's the same. And, when he's playing good footy, he's running the ball as same as Jerome. So I think it sort of complements the team in a way, but I think probably myself and Munster would have to take a little bit more ownership with some of the talk and I guess leadership in that role.
What have you made of the Sharks? Obviously they're joint top of the table, and they've got some pretty big bodies there.
Yeah, no, they do. They've got some big bodies, and Nico's just steering the ship around like he does. So we'll be up for a big test. And you look across their whole team, I think they're all in really good form. They're back five and they get into the midfield and their big boys start rolling, and Nico just chimes in and picks his times when to influence the game. And looking forward to it. And I think it's going to be a big game here at Amy Park. I think we've really enjoyed playing in front of our home members and fans this year, so I can't wait for another one.
How is Paps going? I know his injuries have been horrible in the past. Is he handled this one all right? Is he a bit down? What's he been like?
Yeah, so far he's handled it okay, and I guess him out of anyone probably understands himself best going through those situations. And I think going through an injury the first sort of few days, week is okay. You do feel very supported and very dialed into what you have to do. But it gets tough down the track, and we've got some guys that You know, you look at Pez, who's done his ACL. He's, you know, we're all there for him, and we'll all be there for Paps, and fingers crossed he can get going pretty quickly.
Has he had the surgery yet?
Yeah, he had surgery.
So fit for 14 games in a row at Amy Park, winning streak, looking for 15 this weekend, would tie a club record. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it'll be a good, I guess, byproduct of if we play well. I don't think, you can look into it too much. I think, like I said, we enjoy playing at Melbourne, at Amy Park in front of our home members and fans, and if we can play the footy that we want to play and have a win, then they leave happy as well. So that's what it's all about.
The top of the table clash, 9 games into the season. How do you feel like the team's going? You know, you've taken this at the start of the season?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you'd take that any day of the week. And I know we haven't been putting the most polished performances together, and we've been scraping in to get some wins, but you'd rather take 2 points than take a loss, and hopefully we can take a bit of confidence out of those wins and those games. But I think we've got a real big test this week with Cronulla. They're on top of the table, and they've been blowing teams off the park. So I think it's a real test for us, and like I said before, we got a whole squad to do it, and that's really exciting me.
What do you remember from the last year's 54-10? Because a few of the Sharks players are using that as motivation coming to this week.
Oh, are they? Yeah. I guess that's in the past. I haven't really looked too much back to last year. We got a whole new squad and a whole new team, very different makeup again this year, and everyone's a lot more experienced and going about their footy a different sort of mindset and different way. So I guess they can look to it, but yeah, I haven't really thought too much about it.
What's it like watching the way Sewer can take blokes on and beat blokes the way he does? Like the try on the weekend, what was it like on the field watching him sort of spin past those blokes and get in?
Yeah, right. Reminds me of myself, actually. Nah, I think, that's his strength, and a lot of people probably don't see how much time and effort he puts into that, and he realises that's a really big strength of his game that he can bring to the team, and he works extremely hard on it. I don't think it comes easy for him. He always looks to get better in that way, and also other ways of his game. But I'm open, and we've seen it in the past. He does the little things well too. So I think you can get those big moments and the highlights. But at the end of the day, we're a selfless team here at the Storm. So if he's continuing to do those little things well for the team, then that's a tick.
On the training field, are you always under a bit of a warning there? You just look out for something running after, or what?
Yeah, I remember playing him up in Townsville last year in the Pacific Nations, and he was playing for Samoa, and the last thing I wanted was him to have the ball in his hands because there was a lot of fatigue there, and he was very dangerous. So I know what it's like being on the opposite side and defending him. So as long as I can try and unlock as a team, unlock his strengths a little bit, then it's going to benefit the team for sure.
Harry, there's a bit of talk coming out of Queensland about trying to go after Jerome to lure him home, so to speak. But I know that he's still got a contract here. But I mean, do you understand why clubs would chase after him? I mean, what do you see his value, I guess, to the Storm? And I'm supposing that you guys really don't want to lose him.
No, you don't want to lose him, but it's probably not in my control. It's out of my control. I guess you can see why teams want to sign plenty of players. I think you look at David Fafita, and he's been shopped to Panthers and the Roosters because he's a class player, and that's Jerome. He's a class act and class player on and off the field. So hopefully, I think he's still got a bit of time with us at the Storm. So I don't really think there's much worry or thought into looking too far ahead.
On Nicho Hynes, you mentioned him before. He seems to have gone up another level this year. Any thoughts on his form or how you guys are going to try and curb his impact?
Yeah, I'm hoping he comes down with a bit of gastro or something and has to have a late withdrawal. Nah, Nico's Nico. He's a class player. He's very influential on their team, and he knows when to inject himself into the game and with his attack and defence. So expecting another big game out of him, and coming up against his old team and a few of his close mates. I'm sure, he'll be up for the game. But like I said, we're not in control of his performance. We're sort of locked into our four walls and how we go about our business.
Another old teammate, Dale Finucane, is apparently going to get a bit of a send-off down here. Any thoughts about his career here and his impact?
Yeah, what a warrior. And, if you're going out to play a game of footy, the first player you want to play with Dale. So I'm pretty lucky that I come to the club when Dale was here and got to see him go about his business, training and playing and learning a whole heap from him, not only on the field and in a game, but preparation, and then when it's not time to prepare or when you switch off, he's the nicest, most down to earth person. So I think it's going to be a great time to sort of celebrate what Dale did for the Melbourne Storm, and I think he was texting me through the week saying it's the Dale Finucane Cup. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that is. Maybe it might be a guitar, Dale Finucane.
Do the halftime entertainment.
Yeah, he can. Yeah.